have got so many SBCs out right now, and on top of that as well, we have so many objectives available. We're going to be showing you the best way to grind FC26 if you're a new player, someone that's been playing it for a long time, or just any sort of grind method that you want to learn overall. Now, I'm specifically going to be talking about the SBCs that are available. There are so many, and it can be extremely overwhelming. So we are going to start off at the very beginning steps. It's going to be a long video, so if you want to save it, watch it later, grab a drink before watching it, write down some notes or something like that. This is going to make you a lot of coins in the long run. So where you want to start is going to be with bronze packs. Now, I know people are bored of bronze pack method. They're bored of bronze packs. But if you don't do this first, the grind is just going to be very difficult in the long run. Now, luckily for us, there are a load of cards that can go into so many SBCs right now. So in terms of bronze pack value, you get so much back. So what we are doing right now, as you see on your screen, we're opening up bronze packs, and I recommend you do this with 10,000 coins. Now, if you don't have any coins altogether, I'll show you where you can get those if you don't really know. But you are going to be looking for loads of players. Now, I'm not going to break them all down just yet because I'm going to go ahead and open up some more bronze packs. But what you're essentially looking to do with these bronze packs with your 10,000 coins is you want to open up basically 20 packs more or less, because every bronze pack, you basically get around, as you can see here, 321 coins back. And they cost about 750 to buy. So you're basically spending about 500 coins each time. Now, you will get some players, like this guy here, that is worth coins. And there is a reason for that. So you could check every single individual player if you want to see if they're worth coins. And if they are, you can go ahead and sell them. So the reason why these players are worth more than other bronze cards is because of SBCs and League SBCs and upgrade SBCs and stuff like that. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, again, I will explain it in this video, and you will learn what sort of cards to look out for and which ones to basically ignore and sell. Now, though, like I say, if you get a duplicate card that's worth something, of course, sell it. If you get something that isn't worth anything, and how do we know the price? Is because when you go to check their price, if they're all listed at 350 coins and there's none cheaper, that means he sells for 350 or 300 coins. If, like, this card here is worth like 1,200 because you can't find any cheaper by going through, that means they're worth 1,200. So with this example here, the cheapest one we saw was 1.4, which is this card here. So we can sell it for 1.2 and get an immediate profit back, right? Now, some of these cards, like this guy here, there's loads of 150 to 200. That basically means they don't sell. So you want to keep all the players that sell and don't sell depending on your situation. And how do you work out what situation you are in personally? So let's say we're looking to grind the menus the most efficient way. We are looking for players that are going to go into SBCs. I'm going to open up one more pack just to explain what to do with the rest of the bronze packs. So like this guy, for example, 5,100, he's the only one on here. So we're going to put him up for 3.5 and just see if he sells. I don't think he does, but you never know. And these other two players don't sell. Now, when you are opening up bronze packs, obviously I do this all the time, so I already know what I'm looking for. But when you open up a pack, you are looking for specific things, which we're going to explain with this pack here. Now, there are two League SBCs, the mixed and the premium mix. And right now, you need to have Romanian players from the Romanian League. So that's one League SBC card here. The other one, you can use Libertadores or Sudamericana, which are these two leagues here, Libertadores and the other one being Sudamericana. These are also expensive because of the League SBC. Now, English 3, being England League 1, don't sell, and we can keep those cards for something else. You can check all of these TIFOs and kits if you really want to, but I'll be honest with you, none of them really sell anymore. And any duplicates you get, if they sell, sell them. If they don't, you can either put them into an upgrade or just do what I do and discard them. So let's just pretend you've opened up 10,000 coins worth of bronze packs. If you did sell anything, that goes onto your additional value of what you're spending to buy more bronze packs. So let's say you had 10,000 coins and you made 1,000 coins by one bronze pack. That's 1,000 coins to go back into more bronze packs. Now, every single nation you are going to want to check, and you are going to want to put into these 4 SBCs you see on your screen now. So starting off with Asia and Oceania, you can see here we've got Japanese, we've got China, we've got Saudi Arabia, we've got Turkey, but you only need to have one from said nation. Now, if you want to know what is a League SBC card and how I basically break them down and how you should break them down for the menu grind, League SBC is different to Nation. So a League SBC card is typically a card that's going to go into the Mixed League SBC here and the Premium one. So if I add it to my favorites by pressing Y or triangle, we can head over to our favorites and they're always there. So these 4 leagues you see here, or 8 leagues that you see here, or 7 leagues actually, sorry to be honest with you. These are League SBC cards. Premier League La Liga, Bundesliga Serie A, Liga and Eredivisie, and Libertadores Sudamericana. They are called League SBC. So any of those leagues always go into this SBC we see here. And we'll explain that a little bit more in this video in a second. And then we have the mixed as well, which again is another 8 leagues. And the same exact thing applies. All of these cards go into that league there. And there's basically, there are your league. So they're always going into those no matter what. Now, when you get nations, for example, like China, we don't need to have a China league. So we can basically go to Squad Builder, we can go to the league or nation, and we can just go straight to China and have a look what's in our club by putting this on all, put it on ignore, high to low, and just hit send. And that's going to put all of your players from China in. Now, as you can see there, underneath my camera is the requirements. So we've got the China part done, but we don't have the golds. So where do you get the golds from? There's no China golds. Now, what I like to do is I go to gold common, and with the League SBC always implanted in your mind, you're looking for cards that don't go in the League SBC. So, for example, the Argentinian League doesn't. The Danish League doesn't. None of the Women's League cards go in, and nor does the Belgium League. So there we go. That's 4. We need 1 more gold card. Now, we don't need to get chemistry, so it really doesn't matter if they link or don't link, and we don't need to really have rares either. So you don't have to worry about that. So once you've gone ahead and broke down every SBC that way, you end up getting a lot of cards that just do nothing. So you can see here we completed that. Now this gives us a silver pack back, which you're probably thinking, well, that doesn't seem like worth my time. The reason why these are so good is because if you go ahead and watch this, we open it up, we break down the pack the exact same way every single pack. So we have a look in this pack. We get 1 Libertadores card. We've got 1 Japanese player that can go into the other nations one. And then we've got ourselves the Bundesliga 2 and an MLS, which are both League SBCs. So, for example, this pack may seem untradeable and no value. But if we were to buy this card off the market, that's going to be about 1.4k that we just saved. Japanese women, I don't think they sell, but again, 200 or 150 coins we would have saved. And then these other silver cards that just have no place, like this one here and this one here, we can do other things with, and we can show you what to do with that a little bit later on in the video. But you always want to check if you've got any cards that are tradable or not tradable, and if you have, they don't sell, just keep discarding them. Don't keep them in your club. There's no reason to. Keep building up your coins. Now, the more and more of these packs you do, the more and more things you're going to get back. So, for example, Japan. We know we just packed the silver Japanese woman, so we do the same thing. Squad Builder, we're going to go to Japan this time, and then we are going to head over to the league, and we're basically going to go ahead and get the SBC completed, which, of course, is going to give us packs here. And you can see, bang, that's been done because it remembers our settings. And we've got a full gold team here if we need it. Now, I don't think we need to go that excessive with it, but we can do because it doesn't really matter. And now we just need 2 silvers. Now, we could use any silvers that are the same part of what we mentioned before in terms of upgrade cards. Or we could just pop in the 2 silver Japanese players that we're not going to use anyway and get rid of them that way. So you can go ahead and do that. And that gives us another silver pack back. So we can do the exact same thing with this and basically break down this silver pack and decide what cards are going where. So we get a Pro League player, which doesn't need to help us in anything. And you can see again, we get ourselves nothing too crazy like this. That's 1 League SBC player. And the rest of these stuff are just useless stuff that can go into our club. And sometimes you hit the jackpot with those and sometimes you don't. Now, the more of these you complete, the more packs you get back. Now, if you're probably wondering, well, where do the cards that don't go into any of these nations or any of these League SBCs go, NaNNiK? Where do I put those? This is where these upgrade SBCs come into hand. On the tab where it says upgrades at the top, we've got ourselves the Prime Silvers upgrade, the Prime Bronze upgrade. We've also got the Daily Silver and the Daily Bronze. Now, these are a beautiful SBC because you only got to put 1 silver card in, and it's going to give you so many silvers back. So if I go to my storage, because I know I've got a lot of silvers in here, we are going to go low to high, and it's really important, if your storage is full, just get rid of these cards as of when you can, because you're just going to be sat there forever otherwise, and it does hold you back. So you want to go ahead and complete all of these SBCs, basically bronze and silvers, and we're going to be back once I've done that, because you don't need to see me put 1 silver in, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. So the silver's been done, and now the premium bronze or the daily bronze upgrade has also been completed. So make sure you're getting those done every single day. It literally takes about 30 seconds to do both. And these are going to give you a lot of those cards you need for the nations or the League SBCs for free, essentially, because you put 1 bronze in and get these cards back. So as you can see here, we get ourselves 1 Libertadores card. And again, if we were to buy that, we're looking at 1.2 on coins. We got a South African player here, and again, we can go ahead and put that into the nations. An Italian player, this has got a couple bids on, so we would have saved coins on that. And then we have all of these other nations, and again, the Romanian league guy that we packed earlier, who I don't know if sold or not. But you can see we get a lot of players in that can help us with SBCs or into upgrades. So we're going to get more and more of these back the more and more you do these, and that's the reason why my storage is full and yours isn't, or yours is starting to get full, is because we've been doing this a lot. Now, again, check your tradables and see if you have any there that are, because you can go ahead and sell these instead of just putting them into your storage. Some of these will sell, some of these won't. I'm just going to discard that. And you want to do that for both of those basically SBCs every single day. All 3 bronzes, all 3 silvers. 9 out of 10 times at this minute in time, you're going to get at least 3 or 4 players that are going to help you with the SBCs. You see, again, we get ourselves another player. Looks like we got ourselves another 1.2 saved. We got a Jamaican player. We got a German player. And we got a load of other players that can help us with other SBCs and much more. And as you can see there, we got ourselves 3 more players that may sell who may don't. But as always, I'm checking all of them and just discarding them if they don't sell. And then if we have got one that stays in our duplicate storage, we just put them in the storage and then use them tomorrow and the day after the day after. Because like I say, these packs are going to be here the whole entire time. So again, we open up our last one. It's like as a Liga Hypermotion player, which is used for the League SBCs. And again, if we were to go through every single player, there's going to be League SBC players here, Nation players here, and then just the standard upgrade players, which we can never turn our nose at. And it looks like we've got ourselves 2 more, well, 1 duplicate untradeable goes into the storage. We are then going to do the exact same thing with these silvers, and silvers are more valuable as we get ourselves a special card out of it. And this is my exact point of doing this, because you will get your chance of getting special cards, team of the weeks, because of their base rating. So if they're technically a bronze, but this week they're in a promo, you will go ahead and get special cards like that. So it does go to show you that this grind is worth it with that alone. But as you can see here, we get ourselves more League SBC players. 1 there, another 1 there, another 1 there, another 1 there, another 1 there, and then another 1 there, as well as the nations that we may need, and much more. And we get ourselves a duplicate who isn't tradable, so she goes into the storage, and then we'll use her again tomorrow. And this is why you want to do this. I know it's very tedious, but I promise you, the more you do this at the start, the further your club gets full, the easier it becomes. And again, look, another Libertadores card here, another 1.2 saved. A load of players for any upgrades we want. We've got a really popular silver card that could be used for Evos that we save coins on. Get ourselves a silver Romanian league player, a Korean player that can go into the league. So you can see right now, as a recording, there's just so much demand for all nations and all leagues. Open up our last one. It's going to be a Liga Hypermotion card. And you can see there, we get ourselves a load of more players that can help us in terms of value. Now, once they're gone, they'll be back again the next day. So as of right now, in terms of doing the daily bronze and the daily silver upgrades, they're gone. So you've used them, you've expended them, they're gone. Now, if you haven't done them already, you will have also the prime silver and the prime bronze. These are tradable, and they are, quote-unquote, a little bit more expensive to do because you need 3 rare as well as silver commons for the silver one. But this is where our storage comes in a little bit clutch, because we've got a lot of silver cards in here that are in our storage that we're not using for anything else. And like I say, the more of these you grind every day, the more duplicates you're going to get, because your club becomes more and more full of these cards overall, right? So you can see there, we've got ourselves this many in, and now we just need 2 more rares. So the same thing applies with what we were talking about, gold cards and other cards in general. We're looking for silver rares that don't go into the nations and don't go into the league SBCs. So Argentinian from the Argentinian league, we can get away with because we can use a different players for that. There's a lot of gold Argentinians. And it's going to be the same for basically anybody else we're looking to get done here. So we got an English player from the League 1 or brackets English 3, which we can go ahead and use. Now, he's going to give us a tradable pack. So if you're looking to get coins, or if you're still trying to hit those rarer cards, you can go ahead and open up, which we're just going to go ahead and complete this bronze version of it, and then we'll go open up those packs. And that's the bronze one also done. So these are tradable, so you could decide if you wanted to get some extra coins into your club, you could sell and discard everything that you get from these, whether they're worth a lot of coins or not worth anything. Or if you have a really healthy coin balance right now of like 100,000 or more, you could keep all these players and use them for like League SBCs and stuff like that. So for example, we could go through and check all these. If they sell or don't sell, we can discard them or basically just keep them in the club. And any cards that do sell for a lot, of course, sell them. We're going to keep them because I have a really healthy coin balance right now. And then we do the exact same thing for the bronzes. But you can see in these small processes alone, we've had 1 special card. already, and we packed a load of cards that can go into League SBCs and into the Nations. So once you've gone ahead and done those steps, there are 2 more upgrades that are available, which are the gold common and the gold rare. Now, this is completely down to you if you want to do them or not. If your club hasn't got many gold commons or not many gold rares, these 2 here, I recommend going to do them, because you can see there it's going to be 5 bronzes, 5 silvers, or 4, yeah, I think that's the right one. It's going to give you X amount of commons back. You can see here, yeah, 5 bronzes, 5 commons. Using the bronzes from none of the SBCs that we need, you can go ahead and do those. But what I am going to do now is I'm just going to go through my entire club after opening all those upgrades and get as many of these done. So I will be back once I've completed each and every process of what I can of these SBCs. And as a side note, it'll also include the League SBCs as well, but I'll explain that if I get to them. We're just going to focus on these 4 nations first. So I'll meet you back once I've got them all done. So New Zealand has been done, and we get a small rare bronze pack back, which will open at the end once we've completed the rest. Turkey has been done, and we get a small silver players pack back as well. Saudi Arabia has also been completed, and then we're going to move on to the next one. Australia also has been completed. And the Korea Republic has been complete, which also means we've completed the entire of the SBC here of Asia and Oceania upgrade. Now, you may not be able to do this from the first day. Obviously, I've been doing this every single day, but if you keep up with this, you can go ahead and get that done. We're going to move over to the Americas now and see what we can get done out of this one. So that is Peru done. Now, you may have noticed there's a Japanese player in here. That's because we've completed the Japanese segment, and we can basically use those cards to do extra things. That's going to give us a small rare bronze. Let's go ahead and move on to the next load that are available. That's also Chile completed. Paraguay has also been completed. Canada has also been completed. You can see here we're flying through a lot of these because of just basically doing this every single day with what we showed you at the start of the video. It's just giving us a really good basis to get a lot of packs back. Now, we could use these packs to save for Black Friday or try to grind a SBC that we want to do, like an icon pick or an icon upgrade, a hero SBC, and much more. But you can see every single time we're making sure we're taking out any of the expensive cards like the Libertadores, etc. And then the rest of these cards can go in. And then we're just filling out the gaps with the silvers and golds that we need with cards that don't go into either SBC, whether that's going to be Nation or whether that's going to be League. And that's basically the best way you want to do this, and making sure you're being really efficient as you go through every single time. And Venezuela has been complete. So we are going to go ahead and go to Uruguay next and see if we can complete that one. Uruguay has also been complete. United States has also been completed. Colombia has also been completed, and we do get ourselves a pick, which we have to open because otherwise we're going to be stuck on the screen. So let's go ahead and open this and see what we get. And again, using the same process beforehand, taking the highest rated or whichever card we need to get us complete in terms of SBCs. So we'll take the 81. Here's a duplicate. He can go into our storage, and let's move over to Argentina next. Now, when it comes to requirements like this, where it has a max overall of 82, any card can go in. So basically have a rule of thumb. 82 rated or above can go into any SBC. 81 rated and below needs to go into an SBC that has a certain requirement. So when we've got something like this, it doesn't matter what nation they're from or what league they're from. We're just looking to get the 82 rated done, which that means Argentina has been complete, which only means you've got Brazil left. And Brazil has very similar requirements where it is an 83 rated. So the same thing applies again. We have one Brazilian player in, an 83 rated team overall. And we can basically, with every SBC, let's say the requirement for this one, as you know, is 83 rated. We can actually pop in 9 83s and then have 2 spare slots for 2 cards rated lower, which would be 2 82s. So the same thing applies. Making sure you clear out your storage, and once you've cleared out your storage, head over to your 83s and just pop in any of these cards that you want to get rid of, whether they're from a major league that goes into a league SBC or if they're from a nation or whatever you need. Doesn't matter with 83s, as long as they're not team of the week or special cards, and we're only using gold cards, there's no issue at all which cards you put in. So as you can see here, we put in up to all the 83s we need, and now we just need to pop in 2 82s. So this guy can go in here, and Rafa can go in. And as you can see, that has been completed, even though we got 2 82s and the rest 83s. That's how you do like the cheapest version of every SBC. So if it's 85 rated, 9 85s, 2 84s, 87 rated, 987s, 286s, and etc, etc. And you can see we've gone ahead and completed the Americas upgrade as well. And just to give you a quick recap in terms of where we are with our packs, you'll see that we've got so many packs from just doing those segments, and we haven't even touched the League SBCs yet or the upgrades. But look how many packs we've got. They're all like stacked. I know you're going to say that they're bronze and silvers, but if you were to use a method that we showed you at the start of the video where you break them down into upgrades, the League SBCs, etc., We've got a lot of League SBC cards here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is go ahead and complete the Africa one, and I'll be back once that is done as well. Now, if you get yourself in a situation like this where you need to have one player from the nation, and we've got 5 here, and some of these cards sell for some coins. For example, this silver sells for about 400 coins. If you only need one of the nations, and for example, these bronzes also sell for a lot, then sell all the cards that are worth something and just keep the one that you have. So, for example, this guy here is untradeable. I can't sell him. But all of the other cards, I believe, are tradable. So instead of submitting them into the SBC, I'm going to submit this one guy only and then sell the rest. And that's how you're going to get more coins back at the same time and being really efficient. And then you can just use all of the other nations with you. So now we can use Argentina, we can use Brazil, Colombia, etc. Or we could have put this guy into an SBC who's worth about 900 coins or 800 coins, which we would have lost by putting into SBC. We can use those coins to keep going. So not only can you make coins from this method, you'll complete a lot of SBCs on top of that as well. And some of these cards will be 300, some will be 10,000, some will be worth nothing. But it's always worth checking because you just never know, and you could be getting rid of coins that you could have had into your account instead of putting into SBCs and never seeing again. Even if they are 300, they do add up. And then that means the rest of these spots here, we can go ahead and pop in 2 silvers that we need. It could be from Korea, for example, or England, or Spain, or Argentina, because we've got all those done. And we're using the resources we're getting to continue us, basically, the form onwards. So again, Canada we can use, sorry. And then the rest can be bronzes. Now, bronzes, you could just go ahead and pop in any, like Korean, Japanese, Chinese. We've used those already in this video. Indian we've also used. So we can just get rid of them. So the more efficient you're being with these, the easier the grind comes, because you're never looking for cards. You are always basically stacking up and double downing on the same cards being used over and over again. And you get an abundance of certain nations, and that gives us another pack back. Yes, I know it's a bronze pack, but again, it's for absolutely no effort whatsoever, and it's helping us tick off even more. But I'm just going to go ahead and complete the rest of Africa, and I'll be back once that's done, instead of showing you individually like I have done before. Now we're back again because the Ivory Coast gives us a pick, and I don't want you to miss out on any of the rewards we get here. So opening up this next pick that we get, and again, it looks like it's going to be nothing crazy, I believe. So we'll go ahead and take an 83, and again, it's an 83 rated player into our storage or club, but not really any sort of effort whatsoever. So again, I'll meet you back once this has been all completed. And there you go. We have completed another whole entire section, which is now going to be the Africa upgrade has been complete. So we completed 3 of them, leaving us with Europe left. Now, Europe's a little bit more expensive than the rest. We could probably get most of these done, but you can see here these last ones, an 85 rated team with one England and an 85 with Spanish and the rest. So we're going to show you how to grind these. Now, this is where the next step comes into it when we talk about the Mixed League and the Premium League upgrade. So starting off with the Mixed League, which is quote-unquote the easier one. Reason why we want to start on this one is because if you don't have Libertadores and you don't have Sudamericana players, they are very difficult to get unless you're going to be extremely stubborn and come to doing bronze packs and stuff like that. And it's typically where a lot of people do get stuck. So we are going to head over and basically get these done first and explain where you can get them from. But I want to show you what's in my club and what I have available. So again, going with Libertadores, you can see we got this many from those basically packs that we opened at the start. And then heading over to Sudamericana, which is the next one we need. So let me go ahead and get that and I'll be back once I have got it. And the Suds have also now been put in. You can see this is where we lie with the SBC. So we've got 2 more to get. Now, like I say, they're typically very difficult to get. Now, I want to remind you very, very quickly that you guys should be opening up the packs as you go along. I haven't done it because I've just got so much stuff in my club. But I've got all of these packs ready to open where I could potentially get Sudamericana or Libertadores cards from. But let's just argue you don't have a lot of things in your club and thinking, well, where do I get them from? This is why you want to do this mixed league one, right? Because this is going to give you bronze, silver, and gold players. Well, this one's silver's in potential. But got bronze, silver, and gold players, bronze, silver, and gold players, and again, bronze, silver, and gold players. And these are really likely to get Libertadores or Sudamericana from. So starting off with the Saudi League or the Romanian League first, we're going to go to Squad Builder, and we're going to head this over to the Romanian League, which is the Super League. Go high to low, submit. Don't need to worry about chemistry. Don't need to worry about position. And there we go. All bronze players apart from 1 silver, which you can easily get from everything that we've shown you in this video. Unfortunately, I've been kicked out of Ultimate Team, so 1 second. So apparently the formation change is some bug, and we can go ahead and submit right now. And we get ourselves a silver pack. So let's open up the small prime silver and see what we get out of this. And the same rule applies, right? Whatever you get out of the tradable packs, you're always going to sell or discard unless you desperately need the player. So with this pack here, we didn't get a single player from the Libertadores or Sudamericana. So we're going to go through one by one and see what sells and what doesn't. So you can see here, looks like this guy probably goes for... Well, let me go ahead and wait because there's like hundreds of pages of him. 1 second. So he goes for 350 coins. So we sell him for that. And we're going to check each and every single player. He doesn't sell. This guy doesn't sell. Don't know if this one sells or not. No, he doesn't sell either. And we're just going to discard the ones that don't sell, because if we're going to do bronze pack method like at the start of the video, that's one bronze pack that we've got there from just doing the league SBC. So it's really important that you're doing those. And then we go to the next one, which is going to be the next one on the SBC here. It's going to be Serie BKT and Bundes 2. So the exact same thing applies. We go to squad builder. We just go all the way to Serie BKT, or we go to the Bundes 2, and then etc, etc. So again, ignore, yes, high to low, Serie BKT. Submits it in. We're one player short, so we just need to go to the Bundes 2. We go down to Bundes 2. There it is. And then submit. Bang. That's going to be done there. Not going to put the inform in for obvious reasons. And then all you got to do there is just take a little bit of a shuffle around for chemistry. Apparently that's better. This guy over here. And then we just go ahead and submit. Gives us another tradable pack back. So the same thing applies. Any Libs or Suds that we get out of these, or Libertadores, Sudamericanas, we'll keep. Any other cards, we're going to go ahead and sell or discard no matter what to get the coins back into our account. And we didn't get one that time either, so we're going to check these players to see if they sell. I think he goes for 350, so that's 350. This guy doesn't sell. Does she sell? No, she doesn't. The Swiss player doesn't sell. Trippier. No, he doesn't sell. And then Matson. He doesn't sell either. So again, that's about 2 more bronze packs back, which is exactly what we need. And then we move on to the next 2, which are untradeable. So again, going back to the SBC, starting off with the French League 2, and the same thing. Now, with the untradeable, this is kind of where you want to get the Libertadores cards, right? Because then you can't sell them anyway, and they can go into SBCs. But don't worry if you don't get them from this, because we're going to show you exactly what you can do in case you need to. Now, as you can see here, we have the thing done, but we have players from the same club too many. And on top of that as well, we don't have the rating. So we are going to go and search individually, because sometimes the game bugs out and doesn't put the highest rated players in. I don't know why. So let's check. This time it has. And then we need Liga Hypermotion, or La Liga 2 as it used to be called. And we've got an abundance of silvers from basically doing all those extra packs, etc. So we're just going to pop a load onto our bench. And again, we don't need to worry about the nations because we've done most of them anyway. And we can just go ahead and swap as many of these out that we need to get the rating done. 67, 68. So all we need now is a chemistry. Should be easy to get once we shuffle some players around. And then that's going to be the SBC done in that sense. So again, that guy can go here. And there we go. Election players pack. And unfortunately been kicked out because it's done the wrong formation. Remember, that was a 4-4-2. So let's see what happens when we load back in and what formation it is, because it is a bug for some reason. So let's have a look. And we are in a completely different formation. So I don't know why it does that, but no surprise to anyone there. The game is also bugged. Now we've got to get the chemistry somehow. Apparently, these don't have any links, so we are going to have to fix that very quickly. Pop him there. Goalkeeper in here. Does that guy play CDM? He does. And there we go. Done. Now, we get an untradeable pack back, like I've mentioned. And this is where the next stage of the grind goes, right? So, we get an election players pack. 6 silver, 6 golds. Hopefully, we get 1 Libertadores in here, but if not, it isn't the end of the world. And as we have a look here, we don't. But we do get ourselves a load of players that can go into upgrades and into other things available in terms of SBCs and nations. So again, you get a lot. Check anyone that's tradable and isn't. And if you have got some duplicate ones here, you go ahead and sell them. He sells for 900 coins. So that's 900 coins back into our account. Kwanzaa doesn't sell. And then we have these 3 players here, which we'll get into the upgrades in a second. And then, of course, that leaves us with the last one, which is going to be the Championship or MLS. And I have to do this individually because there's a lot of special cards. But it's very easy. Just go down to the Championship, which is this one here. And there's an abundance of gold cards and silver cards in these leagues. So again, Ipswich can go in. And then we are just going to go down to silvers, because we can put in 2 of each league, or each club, each club, not each league. It's just going to make it very easy to do. Now, that's going to be one entire cycle done of the League SBC of looking for Libertadores Sudamericanas. Now, like I say, sometimes you'll get them. Sometimes you won't. But there are multiple ways to get the cards that you need. And there we go. Now, all we need to do is the exact same thing. Get chemistry. So, swap the keeper over. Drop the striker up there. And there we go. Gives us a pre-election players pack. Untradeable. And an additional pack on top, which is going to be the gold rare pack. Small rare gold players pack. And these are guaranteed ratings. So, let's go ahead and go to the store and open up those 2 packs and just see what we get out of these. Starting off with the premium mixed players pack 4 bronzes, 4 silvers, 4 golds. Don't know if we get anything crazy out of this, but let's have a look. A couple League SBC cards, Romanian, French League, etc., etc. 82 rated, and then 2 cards here that don't really help. We'll check if they sell. He doesn't, and this guy doesn't either. But you can see that we're still building up our coin value as we're going through these. And we have ourselves a small rare, which we get from completing the League SBC. No walkout this time. German cams, probably 83 rated. No, my luck, it's not as 82. Nothing crazy out of that, but again, good for SBCs that we want to complete. And then we just go back round again with the League SBCs. Now, let's just argue you don't get a Libertadores or Sudamericana like we haven't. All of those other bronzes that you got from the bronze packs and stuff that you were doing at the start of the video, they can go into this bronze upgrade here, which is going to give you 2 silvers. You get so many Libertadores and Suds back from that. Is absolutely crazy. Now, if you've got an abundance of cards that you're basically completing and you're getting these rare cards where you're like, well, I don't know where to put these rares. They don't go into League SBCs. They don't go into anything. You can pop them into this. So if we were to have a look here, gold rares, for example, Turkish League, we don't need. The Argentinian League, we don't need. Any of the low-rated Premier League cards or La Liga cards, we don't need either, but I like to be quite efficient when I do this. Women's cards, we don't need. Portuguese cards, we don't need. And then once you've got in your 5 rares, you can do the commons. And the same thing applies. We look for the card that's part of an upgrade that isn't going to go into a League SBC or for anything else that we need. And we're just going to keep scrolling until we find that. And as you can see here, Chinese League Resilient. Perfect. And there we go. We get ourselves a 2x80, which can give you high-rated fodder. So that high-rated fodder can go into a base hero, can go into an 85 to 87, a 3x83 upgrade, or whatever you're looking to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get these 85 to 87s done using all those methods. And the same thing that I told you before, 9 83s and then 2 82 rated cards. Nice and easy there. And I'll be back once I've completed all the ones I have available, and then we'll open them to show you what we get. So we have completed 4 of those because I only have 4 available, and 85 to 87s. Now, these are absolutely fantastic if you're looking to grind the hero upgrades, icon SBCs, like I do on this channel all the time. And as you can see there, we're going to open up all 4 and see what we get. You're going to get a lot of walkouts out of these. Sometimes you can get hero cards. Sometimes you get special cards depending on your luck. We get an 87 Barella, which can go into a hero upgrade, an icon SBC, or any of the individual player SBCs that you're looking to do. And you can see here, this is like a walkout machine. They're so good for it, and they're available every single day. So you can get yourself, in 2 days, if you do these steps every single time, at least 10 85 to 86, 87 rated cards, depending on your pack lot, right? And this is why they're so good. Like, we get ourselves a De Jong here. Unfortunately for me, it's untradeable. But if we were to look how much he was, there's like a 60k card that we got for basically grinding the menus for free. No effort whatsoever. Just a little bit of time. And this is why this is so important. You do the grind. As we get ourselves 4 out of 4 walkouts here, there's no way that's De Jong again. Surely not. No, Bruno Guimaraes. And you can see there, it's really good for doing stuff like that, which can then help you go to the next step, the step after. The 2x80 plus that we use our gold rares in, we get a special card walkout, and it looks like it's going to be a centre-back from Wales, which I don't think it is actually a walkout, ironically. But this is my point. This is how easy this becomes, and you can see this is how I do all my videos, as well as my live streams, and how I manage to complete almost every single SBC and get a lot of things done all at the same time. And then you just go ahead and rinse and repeat round and round that system. If you do have any questions, please comment down below. I understand it's a really long video, but I wanted to get one out where it's an in-depth way to grind. We do a lot of members videos where we go into exclusive and no edits or anything like that. So if you want to learn that stuff, it's the best way to do it. If you join the live streams as well, I can show you literally live as we go through it. Any more questions, comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, smash that like button, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the hype button as well if you made it this far. And get that grind going, and I'll catch you in the next one.